Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this. Thank you so much for tuning in. So we're going to go ahead and do a collective reading for you guys this morning. Well, for me, it's the morning. And we're going to go ahead and just hope everybody's having a good start to their month, a good start to their week. And we are pushing into this fun-filled week. We're in Scorpio season, so I normally don't do reads inside of the zodiac signs because I see everybody else that does that, so really not going to pry deep on that one. Maybe I will this week on my birthday. I'll do a reading for Scorpios. So, but either way, happy birthday to all the Scorpios and all the November people out there. So let's call in our ancestors, our angels, and the great Lord to bring us a good message for you guys this morning. See what they had to say. Now, like I said, this is a collective. Take what resonates. Don't try and make anything fit. I did go with the OG deck today. It's the one that just kind of felt the call into. I popped a bunch. I don't know much. Come on now. Take two. I don't like the popping. That's what I thought. Even this one, pretty sure should be enough worse right now. I'm not trying to get them out of the upright, but sometimes with this deck, certain things are just meant to, I just kind of know how they're supposed to be. And that, let's grab one more. Ain't gonna complain about that. Not gonna complain at all. So I know that the Seven of Pentacles came out in reverse at first, and so did the King. I did do my little flippy thing with them just to see, because you know we've been working a really long time inside this collective on our long-term plan to see things grow and come to fruition and come to light, and want to see that abundance come to us. So it just seemed kind of strange, unless some people are thrown off a little bit too. So let's just say you guys are thrown off just a fuzz. Okay? So somebody, then let's read it this way too. That somebody inside there has lost their way a little bit. Somebody has, at certain points, they've lost vision or limitation of where they really want to go, and so they're not seeing the manifestations coming in or the same opportunities. They're still there and coming in. They're just, the long-term goal isn't there, but he's getting abundance inside of the life, right? So that's why I kind of flipped it, because it's like, well, but you could have lack of a long-term goal, but if you turn it around, you can end up inside the abundance. So that's why, you're getting caught up here with the King of Pentacles being in reverse, because that's where you're dealing with greed a little bit more, material loss. You're stubborn. You're putting money before anything else, right? You're keeping yourself, you know what I mean? So doing that isn't good at all. But at the same time, that's why I wanted to flip it, because then we end up with the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So you're recovering from financial loss. So that's where these stories don't make sense, right? But if you look at it this way, you haven't had a long-term goal, but you've seen abundancy anyways. Now you just need to figure out how to turn that around so you can recover from this financial loss and avoiding the conflict of everything that's going on. Because you know justice is going to come. You're going to get not like you're going to get the swing right, but pretty soon everything's going to balance itself out. Because you're not being greedy, you're not getting stuck in financial loss anymore. You're avoiding the conflicts, you're reserving your words when you need to. You're letting everything balance out how it should, so you can have personal celebration on the end. Right? Inner peace and inner harmony, because that's what it's all about. It's nice to have a grand celebration, but an inner peace is better than anything at all. That's what we work towards here, is how do we heal ourselves? Even though there's people that have that lack mindset, that want to see the abundancies come in, but their greed level is too high because they're too worried about making money. Some people are probably too worried about being involved inside the conflict sometimes, so they don't end up seeing justice and they don't get the celebration. But if you get away from the greed and you break yourself out of that, you start avoiding the conflict, let everything be how it's going to be, let everything lay out how it's going to be, right? I mean, you slip between a cup and a lip. People are going to hang themselves as time presses on. These people that want to stay involved in this conflict, stay involved looking at this lack, thinking that they've got everything all set for themselves. They're the people that won't end up, right? You're going to end up with the inner celebration. Pretty soon your cup's going to start filling up like it has been in the past. You're going to start receiving all your blessings again, because you're not going to be exhausted or burned out on this stuff anymore. You probably are still exhausted and burned out at this point. You've probably been pushing yourself so hard you really can't see straight. So you're kind of blinding yourself off to everything. You're missing out on the different opportunities that are out there because you're trying to wish for things that really can't come true, because you're putting yourself back in, you're missing out on the different things. Yeah, you're stuck living in the past. You're stuck, not taking care of yourself, worrying about trying to get, That's actually a good card. Let's see. Financial independence and self-care, working from home. Yeah, no, I mean, that's probably what you need to do. Get back into what you used to do, working from home. Time for a change to come. Yeah, get through that energy. Make a balanced decision. Take a little better care of yourself. Getting caught up in bad opportunities, bad decisions being made. Go and do some personal tower moments. Oh, guys. Yeah, Sun card. Oof. Lover's card in reverse. And the Two of Wands to the Star. So your inner child, your love life, and personal growth. See, all of those things are all in a negative, all on a bad side right now, because of this tower moment that you're avoiding to have, the bad decisions that you made. Emotional immaturity that these different people have causes all this crap to go on. Where it should be the other side of it, you should be being a star to everybody and leading them and showing them how great you are, so you can help them transition through everything, and you can embrace that Emperor energy and be the teacher that you're supposed to be. Or you can sit there and be on the other side of things. You can try and stop people's fortune from coming in. You can be deceitful and sneak around, and you can cause their Ten of Cups to go away. Your choice if you want to be the devil in that situation. Literally, your choice. You can cause that lack of delay for people. You don't see it coming, but you're causing people to lose money. You're causing their fruit of their labor to look like it's nothing. You're causing people to go back into hermit mode because you want to be immature and you want to send things after people. But the world's cutting everything off. They've seen everything that you're doing. Their false hierophant that's up there, he's running for his life now. He's moving in regret. He's like, oh man, I went against the wrong person. The person was divinely connected. I didn't see it coming. As you stood up there on your horse, going, come on, here's my cup, it's full, I can ride. Yep. Walking away in regret. Shouldn't have fucked around. 6 different times they tried before they had to walk away. Try and come in and take you down, break your celebration up, try and break down become a third invisible party in between you and somebody else. You didn't let them. You stayed strong, even with them sending all the different things, all the different malice. You kept your word right. You stayed balanced. You stood 10 toes down. You didn't suffer from that inner turmoil. You actually excelled from this. As their chariots become unevenly unyoked, you start ascending into your high priestess. Because they're stuck in the bad cycle. They're stuck in that hangman position. Yeah, they're stuck making those head over heart decisions, living in regret. Because they got to stand on their, stand 10 toes down on what you believe, even if you have to separate away. And it's how it works when you're an Empress and the Queen of Cups. So, sometimes we just got to cut them off. Cut them off at the knees. Because some people just don't learn. So I'm pretty sure that one was pretty long. So I'm going to leave it right there. Just know that there's people out there that are still going to try and be in disharmony. Yeah. Can't get any worse from where it sits though, you guys. So let's look up from here. Some good ideas are coming in. Got to unstraddle those burdens. I assume you're going to be stuck with those burdens as long as you want to stay in that King of Wands energy. Yeah, let judgment come. You have the strength to do it. Don't matter what they say. You're balanced. Heartbreak. Swiftly. Changing something. Somebody's going to be going through something. Or somebody inside the collective is causing somebody to go through something. One of the two things is going on. So I hope you guys have a good day. That one went a little bit long, a little deep. Just remember, there's always snakes in the grass, and not everybody's your friend, and not everybody can be trusted all the time. It's kind of what I got from it. So, have a good day.